hold onto your seats, because you're about to plunge into a story that'll grab you by the throat and never let go. This is no ordinary tale. It's a gut-wrenching odyssey of war survival and a soldier's relentless hunt for redemption. Explosions will rock your world, a single photograph will defy death itself, and one man's broken soul will drag you through the fire. Ready or not, here we go. Before we leap into this heart-pounding saga, hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss a single pulse of the wild stories we've got in store. Let's dive in. A soldier sprawled out, exhausted, stealing a fleeting moment of calm in a war zone that stinks of chaos. Something catches his eye, a shimmer in the dirt just out of reach. He crawls over, fingers closing around a photograph, worn but pulsing with life. Before he can even process it, kaboom! An airstrike rips the earth apart, a roaring monster of flame and shrapnel. His squad? Obliterated. Friends, brothers, gone in a blink. Yet there he stands, dazed in the wreckage, the lone survivor, that photo still gripped tight. He comes to, head throbbing, and stares at the image trembling in his hands. It's no coincidence. It's his talisman, his shield against the Reaper. The very next day, death swings again. His helicopter's ambushed, a screaming spiral of metal and gunfire. Chaos reigns, but when the smoke clears, he's untouched, heart-pounding. That photo his silent savior once more. That scrap of paper becomes his guardian, carrying him through hell until he's out, retired, alive, but a shell of a man. In a sleepy town far from the battlefield's rule, peace should have been his prize. Instead, Logan's trapped in a nightmare of his own mind. PTSD's got him caged. Every creak, every bang, it's a bullet whizzing past, snapping him back to the carnage. His sister's at her wit's end, shooing her kids outside to keep the fragile peace. But kids are reckless. Dawn breaks and two nephews, cocky little devils, creep in to mess with him. Logan bolts upright, a live wire, and in a flash he's choking one by the neck, eyes blazing with a soldier's instinct. His sister storms in, and the air turns to ice. Nobody breathes, nobody speaks. Shaking, he yanks out that photo again, tracing the lighthouse in its frame. It's 500 kilometers away, Louisiana calling like a siren. With a gruff farewell, he grabs his dog and runs, chasing a flicker of meaning. Man and mutt hit the road? No wheels, just boots and paws pounding dirt from sunup to sundown. Honor gnaws. He sparks a fire, cooks what he can. Exhaustion hits? He slumps against his dog, their warmth a lifeline. Mile after mile, the journey stitches him back together, unraveling the war's knots until the PTSD fades like a bad dream. Time blurs, but then, there it is, a white lighthouse piercing the sky. He flashes the photo at a tavern, voice like gravel, and here's Beth. The woman in the picture runs a pet boarding house nearby. He's there in a heartbeat, stepping from the glare, and Beth, God, she's a knockout, more radiant than the photo dared hint. His tongue's tied, words drowned by a flood of ringing phones. Her place is a zoo, staff bailed, her old grandma hobbling to keep up. He reaches for the photo to explain, but she mistakes a flyer in his hand for a job app, thrusting a form at him. Retired Marine, he growls, walked 500 kilometers. She blinks, insane, right? No grunt treks that far to mop dog pens. She sicks grandma on him to bounce him out, but Logan pleads. War broke him, he's after peace. Oh, and he's a damn wizard with dogs. Grandma caves, hires him. He snags a run-down shack nearby, settling in, biding his time. That photo's pull, destiny or delusion. He's not sure. But with grit and know-how, he tears through a day's work like it's nothing, waiting for the perfect moment to bare his soul. Logan's hands don't stay idle. He's a whirlwind of grit and purpose, hammering away at the dog kennel's sagging rafters, breathing life back into a rusty old tractor and clearing the yard's tangled mess of debris. Grandma's eyes light up. She's smitten with this tireless stranger who's turning chaos into order. Then there's little B, Beth's shy kid, a quiet soul who fiddles with his violin in solitude. But when Logan catches those tender notes drifting through the air, he doesn't just listen. He cheers, loud and warm. That praise? It's rocket fuel for Beeb's timid heart. And when Logan's fingers dance across a piano, a bond sparks, music weaving their spirits tight and close. They are thick as thieves now. Then, tires screech. A police cruiser storms into the yard, and out struts a man, all swagger and steel. He clocks Logan and without a word, slams him against the wall, frisking him like a criminal. Turns out this guy's Beth's eggs, a local cop, with a judge for a dad, a king who never bows. Divorced but still a puppet master, he dangles custody of Beeb like a noose, keeping Beth on a leash, parading her at events to feed his sick need for control. She's caged, terrified of losing her boy, and men. They're off limits. But one night, Bibby, bless his bold little heart, ignores Beth's protests and begs Logan to stay for dinner. They scoff down food, then huddle over chess, laughing as Bee pulls off a magic show that lights up the room. Beth's jaw drops. Her shy kid's a firecracker tonight, orbiting Logan like has the sun. As Logan heads out, he fumbles, the photograph's story burning on his tongue. But the words won't come. It feels too much like a dream. Then dawn breaks, and hell crashes in hard. It's the anniversary of Beth's brother's death, and she unravels. The woman who tends her garden like a sanctuary comes home a tempest, scissors slashing blooms, fists pounding the wall in a frenzy. Logan's there in a heartbeat, wrapping her in his arms as she crumbles, sobs shaking her to the core. Her brother, a Marine like Logan, died a year ago, cut down in battle. Maybe by friendly fire, maybe not. The truth's a ghost, lost in endless probes and lies, and it's killing her. He was her rock, her partner in hiding storybooks in the walls, and those memories finally coax a fragile smile from her lip. Time rolls on, and Logan's no longer an outsider, he's family. The kennel gleams under his care, Beeb's glued to his side, and their days ring with joy. Beth even catches herself dreaming he's Beebe's real dad, until reality snaps her back cold. An event rolls around, and her ex swoops in, snatching Beeb without a word. When the kid stumbles back, blood dripping from his nose. A baseball, he says. Beth presses, but her ex brushes her off, all arrogance and ice. She pushes harder, voice rising, and he snaps, grabbing her arm, fury blazing in his eyes. Logan surges in like a tempest unleashed, tearing death from her egg's suffocating grip, and the air turns venomous, the rift between the two men splitting wider with every ragged breath. Inside, Beth scrambles to explain, her voice quaking, cheeks flushed with mortification, but Logan's not here for her excuses. His eyes burn with worry, his compassion a tidal wave crashing over her, thawing a heart she'd forgotten could feel this alive. As he pivots to leave, something in her shatters. She bolts outside, her shouts slicing through the dusk, raw and unbridled, begging him to stay, to turn back, to let her dive head first into the wildfire sparking between them. She asks him on a date, a leap into the unknown, chasing a connection that's already sinking claws into her soul. It's been years since Beth last felt this rush, and she's trembling more than Logan, her stomach a knot of anticipation. They wander to the pier, the night soft around them, and she peels back her layers. Parents snatched away when she was a kid, leaving Grandma and her brother as her bedrock. His death was a sledgehammer to their world. She drifts into memories of them clambering over an old boat dock here, its hull now a rotten skeleton. She confesses she'd always dreamed of taking Bede out to sea on it. A quiet longing Logan tucks deep into his chest. As their stories intertwine, their bond tightens, electric and urgent, culminating in a kiss that feels like fate. Until police car screeches into view, headlights glaring, her ex handiwork, a silent snarl telling her to back off. Beth's falling now helplessly, her mind spinning with Logan, daydreams painting him into every corner of her life, and Grandma's all in, urging her to claw her way out from under her ex shadow. But at Beeg's 8th birthday the air shifts. Her ex storms the kitchen, jealousy a live wire in his eyes, his voice a low growl. Send Logan packing or he'll rip BB away forever. His judge father, a gavel waiting to drop. Terror chokes her. She stumbles to Logan, words thick with dread, pleading him to leave. On his way out, her ex trails him, a predator's whistle cutting the air, mockery dripping from his smug grin, vile and taunting. Logan's fists clench, but he holds steady, refusing to bite. That night, Grandma's voice cuts through Beth's haze. Why live shackled by threats? It's not selfless, it's insanity. Beth speechless, then ablaze. She's done bending for herself and Beeb. Dawn breaks, and she charges to her ex den, courage a wildfire in her veins. He smirks, expecting her to fold, but she strikes. He doesn't want B, just a leash on her. She's free, racing to Logan, their reunion a collision of hearts.
Count me in, ooh, count me in, ooh, count me in, ooh, count.
Unseen by her ex, he skulks outside Logan's place all night, ears pricked, plotting a venomous strike. Meanwhile, Beeb is thriving. His voice rings out at church, a song that stuns the crowd, earning nods and all, Beth's pride swelling until tears prick her eyes. Her ex fury ignites. A buddy's tip about Logan asking around with her photo at a bar hands him a weapon. He breaks into Logan's home, snatches the picture, and ambushes Beth. He spins a sick tale. Logan's a drifter with no ties, clutching her brother's photo. Maybe he killed him, hunting redemption. Beth's world tilts. She confronts Logan, voice sharp with betrayal. Cornered, he lays bare the photo's impossible story. How it landed in his hands amid war's chaos guided him to her. A thread of truth too wild to fake, etched into every scar he bears. Beth's alone at the dock, head spinning, then spots the boat, patched and whole. Logan's quiet gift that cracks her wide open, gratitude warring with confusion. That night, her ex, drunk and feral, stumbles into Logan on the street, gun flashing. Logan's a machine, disarms him in a heartbeat, pistol in shards, leaving the ex humiliated. He calls his powerful dad, then ditches his badge, control unraveling. At home, a storm howls. Beth and Grandma clash. Grandma swearing the photo's destiny, unshakable. Logan, packing to vanish, flips through Beeb's book and freezes. Beth's brother, the man who saved him that night. He's got to tell her before he's gone. The tempest peaks. Her ex barrels in, pleading, then raging, vowing to take BB. Beth stands firm. Chaos explodes. BB darts outside, parents scrambling after him. Logan follows, Grandma's urgent stare his signal. On a splintering bridge, rain lashes, and it gives. BB teeters. Her ex clutches one end, but a tree crushes, pinning his leg. Pain rips through him, yet he drags himself toward BB, a glint of care piercing his rot. Logan's there. Her ex, broken, shouts to save the kid first. Logan hauls BB up, but a shed's debris buries her ex, the river claiming him in a flawed, fleeting redemption. Logan spills it. Her brother died a hero shielding him. He's set to leave, but under a golden sunset, Beth's cry pierces the air. She won't let him slip away. Not yet. And with that, the story ends. Wow, what a roller coaster. That finale's got my blood pumping. How about yours? Drop your thoughts below. Did her ex last stand redeem him, or was it too little, too late? Smash that like button if this tale gripped you, subscribe to Wall Flicks, and turn on notifications. More epic stories are on the way. Share your take. Let's keep the passion burning.